Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to your ninth session of Book Clubs Across Borders between Larkana and Lahman. The book that we are discussing today is Empires of the Indus by Alice Albania. This book is basically a travel log of the journey that Alice Albania took on the route of River Indus, starting from Karachi and ending in the region of Ladakh in India, where River Indus begins. So before we start our conversation and take the views of our students on this book, I would like to ask my colleague, Ayman Imran, to give a brief summary of this book, and then we will go towards our students. So Ayman, over to you.
I'm going to give a little summary of Empires of the Indus. This is actually a very interesting story because it is the story of the river Indus itself. I think the most striking feature is that Indus is actually personified throughout the story and is presented as a living, breathing entity that has witnessed history itself. It has witnessed the history of humanity and the area around the Indus, this area of the subcontinent, and the areas around it from the time that the river exists, right? And it has seen the rise and fall of different civilizations. It has seen different settlements, cities, the destruction of cities. It has seen agriculture and its sort of beginnings and endings. It has seen religious events. It has seen travelers and invaders and literature being written. And it has basically seen the entire of humanity and this entire area sort of come to the point that it is today, right? And so in that sense, the Indus is alive and perhaps the most knowledgeable of all, right? So the story is set around and revolving around the author who kind of travels upstream from the area of Karachi, where the river is ending and flowing into the river into the Arabian Sea, and from that area of Tata, I think, she travels upstream towards Tibet, which is the birthplace of the Indus, and throughout this area, she crosses several countries that the Indus does, and she follows the timelines in which the Indus has experienced and seen history, right? So it has a lot to do with not just sort of a historical timeline of events in chronological order, but it also has a lot to do with the emotions connected to these histories that the Indus has witnessed itself, right? So it has a lot to do with folk tales and the stories and even oral stories and oral histories surrounding the Indus of incidents or tales that took place across or around the Indus. It carries emotions that are connected to places around the Indus. For example, the tomb of Jhulelal, who is described as the god of water, and therefore folk tales feature a lot in the story. Zinda Pir's shrine, again, something, a slight episode in the entire story that sort of engages your emotions, right? And sort of shows how the river and the water itself traverses and sort of meanders through human lives and histories and eventually finds its way into events, stories, writings, art, and everything that humans create and experience, right? Another very striking feature of the story was how the Indus is depicted differently with different qualities at various points in the story, right? At some point, it is called Samandar, sort of depicting its might and its largeness and its sort of grandness, you would say, and power even. And again, at some point, it's called Shev, that is lion, again, depicting a different sort of quality, the quality of a certain sense of royalty, power, right? So it is called different names as well, which sort of, I think it really enhances that quality of the water of the Indus being alive and breathing and, experiencing history in real time and being knowledgeable and having seen a lot, right? I think another very, so yes, it sort of then kind of draws in stories of Sufism, Sufi saints, intercultural and interfaith practices as well, and how cultural fusions have taken place across or around the river. Religious fusions have taken place where Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslim practices have kind of joined together, and river cults are also mentioned. So, given all this, I think the most important feature of the story is not the story itself, but it is the way it is told and how it sort of engages the reader's senses, right? So there's a lot of stress on using your senses to imagine the Indus's flow and experience, right? The reader is him or herself uh, experiencing what the river experienced, because the river is personified, right? So you kind of engage your senses, your sense of sound, your sense of imagination, imagery, right? Colors, emotions. These are the aspects that sort of play the most important part in recreating that experience of the river, right? So it's a very lyrical, sort of a picturesque quality to the story. The sound of the water, the sounds of the land around it, the rhythmic or lyrical sort of quality of practicing agricultural methods, the imagery around the river, right? And so the sounds of songs related to the river, all of these play a very large part in sort of making the reader also experience history in general, rather than just reading about it through the story of the Indus.
In the name of Allah, I am Bilal, son of Ali Ahmad, and from Afghanistan. I want to say something about this book. Empress of the Indus, the story of the river Albania, Alice Muslim, with a lot of fiction and non-fiction, gives writing about India. We see favor books about Pakistan, unless and world involving Islamist, Taliban, etc. Thanks from the bottom of my heart from your attention.
My name is Hussein Ahmad, son of Ahmad Shah. I am from Afghanistan. I want to say something about this book. The story of river is a fiction, a book by Alice Albina that covers the writer's journey from Karachi to Tibet along the Indus River. The book gives an insight into the communities as well as the history and political from all of the countries through which the Indus follows. Thanks from bottom up for our attention.
My name is Kamran son of Mahibullah. I'm from Afghanistan. I want to say something about the author of Empires of the Indus. Alice Albania is an English journalist and author whose first book, Empires of the Indus, won several awards. Albania was born in London and read English literature at Cambridge University, in South Asian history at SOAS. In between, she worked for 2 years in Delhi as a journalist and editor. Thank you.
Lutfullah. I am from Afghanistan, and I would like to say something about the given book. And first of all, I would like to thank you for submitting the best books. And we had all read the books, and it was absolutely beautiful and interesting book for reading. And I have taken some best points, and I want to say something about this book. I loved this book. Author had documented her travels in the areas influenced by the Indus River. I enjoyed her stories about the past and present. I commend her for bravely traveling to all types of areas of Sindh to gather her material. I think she has done a great service to the people of Sindh and many other curious minds and admirers of history. It is one of the great parts of our world, and I really enjoyed how Alice brought it out. Thank you for hearing it. Thank you.
Of Allah, I am Zahidullah, son of Muhammad Zubair. I am from Afghanistan. I wanna say something about this book. Empress of the Indus from Tibet to Pakistan, the story of river. Empress of the Indus took me back to the moment I discovered the rich and deep shared by India and her neighbors. Thank you for submitting the best books to us.
Thank you so much, everyone, for connecting with us today. It was lovely hearing from all of you. Keep on reading, keep on sharing books, keep on exchanging books with your friends, and we'll see you next time, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.